Here's how you get ahead of 99% of content creators in 6 to 12 months. Become brutally aware of two things. The first is where most people's content ends up, ignored, forgotten, or lost in the algorithm. The second is what happens if you keep doing what everyone else does, posting randomly, chasing trends, and building on borrowed land. Observe the masses of creators out there and see where mindless content leads. It's not pretty at all, by any means. When you do this, when you observe the masses, sit with your thoughts, think them through. Don't just close your mind off and take what you see on the surface and accept it as reality. That's not how it works. That closed-minded, surface-level creating is what got you lost in the noise in the first place. You need to think deeper. It's easier to know what you don't want from experience and observation than it is to know what you want from imagination. So, to create your audience anti-vision, sit down with a notebook, become a mad scientist, and draw out everything. Sit with a notebook for 30 minutes and just draw out what you do not want your online presence to look like. What kind of audience do you not want to attract? What kind of content do you not want to be known for? What platforms do you not want to waste time on? From there, it will be much clearer to you what your real vision should be, because it's just the opposite of those things. And when you look at your anti-vision after creating it, you should feel uncomfortable. You should feel very uncomfortable with the possibility of where your brand could end up if you don't take control of your content strategy. With the discomfort, you should laser in on one big goal, building an audience you actually own. Most creators are building on borrowed land. They are at the mercy of social media algorithms. That's why you need to create a social funnel. This isn't some passive, soft approach. This is about transforming brief social media interactions into lasting, meaningful relationships. In that same notebook, with your vision for the future and your anti-vision, plan out your social funnel. In blue, it stands for rented audience, where you discover and attract your ideal customers. Orange stands for owned audience, converting followers into emails and contact details. Lastly, purple stands for monetized audience, people who actually pay for your products or services. Be the mad scientist that is going to work on the project of your audience. Create a plan, create a strategy for exactly what content you are going to create on a day-to-day basis, week by week. Every single piece of content mapped out for the next week. Get extremely specific. Create the order so you do not become a victim of entropy. Because if you do not create order for your content, you will decline into chaos. That is the supreme law of the universe. Next, disappear. Not literally though. I'm saying disappear from the content approaches that don't belong in your strategy. Cut them out. These can be platforms that don't serve you, inconsistent posting, chasing viral trends, or even bad content habits. Break your addiction with feeling like your content isn't good enough, because that feeling has one cause: mental energy that you are spending on strategies and platforms that don't serve your ultimate vision. Direct that mental energy into your content system, the system that will prevent entropy in your brand, the thing that will take you from anti-vision to vision. Make a habit of the boring fundamentals of content creation, but realize that the fundamentals are not boring. Most successful creators take the same repetitive actions on a day-to-day basis. It's like a game that mimics the real world. You're logging on and repeating the same thing over and over to slowly level up over time. You're creating content, engaging with your audience, guiding them through your funnel, doing the same thing to stack experience. So transfer that into your content strategy and move the levels that will actually take you towards your goals. Creating captivating core content, breaking it down for different platforms, including clear calls to action, building your email list, staying engaged with your subscribers. These are fundamentals, these are principles, not tactics. Understand that these are not boring. They seem boring on the surface when you look at someone else doing it day in and day out. Oh, this creator, they write a newsletter every week without fail. Oh, they repurpose their content across 5 platforms systematically. It seems so boring, but mastery over misery. It's like how sushi chefs take years to perfect the preparation of rice. It comes in stages. You first learn how to create one piece of solid content. Then, there is a very specific way to break that down across platforms. Then, you move up to the next stage, which is how do you convert that audience into subscribers. You have to practice these things over and over and over again until it becomes effortless or unconscious. And so the question that everyone asks when they start creating content is, when will I see results? Stop asking that question, because you're going to get an answer that you don't want to hear. And it's going to throw you off track. It takes time. It takes consistent effort of trial and error to create a loyal audience. As I said, become a mad scientist. The essence of science is trial and error. So, to build an audience that you own, not rent, is going to take dedicated effort. Get comfortable with your thought. Focus on what makes your brand unique and the stories you want to tell. Choose the social platforms that align best with your brand, not just the most popular ones. Target with precision. Avoid the spray and pray approach. Instead, target the right audience, nurturing them and bringing them into your community. This entire process we just went over, realizing what content strategy you don't want, creating a social funnel, and prioritizing long-term success and mastery is the origin story. You will hear this in every origin story of a successful creator. So flip the switch inside of you. Build a foundation that will carry you into the online presence you want. Alright, if you found this video helpful and want more value like this, check out my online business playbook. It has more good stuff in there. Also, if you want online business ideas, I have a list of them. There's like 1,372 of them. So check it out if you're interested as well. Alright, so like and subscribe, all this good stuff, and check out the links if you want. Bye.